Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 2023 Valvoline Pro Series. We're at round 2 at the Atlanta Motor Speedway in Hampton, Georgia. Last time out, Joseph Onesto won the race at Auto Club Speedway with a late pass and a timely caution, leading himself to victory over Brandon Crasta and Carson Scott. So, and then likewise, as was usual in this series, Joseph Onesto is going to be outside pole coming off of a race win. He's going to be to the outside of Daniel Quinones. Quinones' first pole in the Valvoline Pro Series and is just his second race. Okay, there we go. There. So as we see the starting lineup here, we have Quinones and Onesto in the front row. Then we have John Arndt and Carson Scott, two cars out of the Change It Racing stable. And then behind them in row number 3, we have Deacon Jones, starting to the inside of DK Cottle. Dakota is looking to have a strong run this week, and those two are going to be in front of Joey Sanders and Brad Hughes. Then we have Nerea Marti and Chris Davis, yet another row that's going to be locked out by the Change It Racing cars. And then, so that's your top 10 starting rows. In row number 6, we have Ryan Irons, rookie for iReal Motorsports, and Brett Pritchard. And then behind them, we are going to have... there we go. John Arndt and Carson Scott. 3 rows that are locked out by Change It Racing. That's kind of hilarious. This went back, didn't it? Okay, so row number 7 is Adam Douglas in the Zero Car Chevrolet sponsorship this week to the inside of John Raines. And then we have Naled Patwary in the 24 Digital Ally Chevy to the inside of Ryan De Lusso. Behind them, we have Marissa Mills and Benjamin Thomas. That's row number 9. Then we have Arthur Xavier and Justin Franklin. Arthur Xavier for Salvador Racing one more time. He's going to be starting to the inside of Justin Franklin, who is probably one of the best qualifying efforts that Franklin's had in this series. They're going to try to hope to convert a top 20 starting position into a solid run. They had a good top 10 finish last time out. And then we have Brandon Crasta and Cody Erickson, and then Scott Vickers and Russ Blackwell, the two TXS. Oh, I guess Vickers isn't racing for TXS this year. But Blackwell and Erickson are, and they're pretty close together. I think they're lined up on the inside row. Then we have John Hicks starting 25th, Travis Miranda to his outside. We have Rowdy Hemming and Zach McAdoo behind them. Then Eugene Hawk and Mariah Douglas are going to be in row 15. And they are followed up by JJ Yaley and Miguel Reyes. Row number 17 sees Nick Fountain, another poor qualifying. This is 2 weeks in a row for the 92 camp. They're going to try to come through the field. Starting deep with Andy Bewley, Greg Graziano, Mike Wallace, and Brendan Berg rounds out our field. So we're coming down the back straightaway. We're going to have just a quick parade lap to green. Daniel Quinones and Joseph Onesto one more time are going to lead us around. one more time that Onesto and the Onesto oil car are nose to tail. Onesto doesn't know what to think. Being sponsored by Lucas Oil in the Dubby Premier Series, has his own oil line. Lucas Oil doesn't know what to think of it either. So green flag is in the air. We are racing. Some cars are going to jump out to 3 wide right away. We get going into turn number 1, nice and easy. Field works through 3 and 4 now. Get through 1 and 2. Field still working 3 wide through 1 and 2 on lap number 2. First lap was led by Joseph Onesto over Quinones. Daniel's going to try to work his way back to the lead here. He's got a good run on the inside. A lot of strong cars that are lined up. Quinones has a huge head of steam coming off of turn number 4. He's going to go to the outside of Onesto here. Onesto's going to lead the first 2 laps, but now Quinones is going to be able to find his way in front of the 62 car through 1 and 2. Here's Chris Davis behind the 22. Davis has got to the quarter panel. He's going to try to move around that rookie down the back straightaway. John Raines is in tow of the 3 car. So currently Chris Davis is your leader over Quinones, John Raines, Ryan DeLusso, and Joseph Onesto, with John Arndt finally coming into the top 5 here in early stages. 8 car had a rough practice earlier today, so they're really excited to see the speed out of the car right now. John Raines is going to be able to take the lead from the 3 car. A lot of cars got loose getting into turn number 3 there. They're lucky that they didn't have any incident. So John Raines is going to lead this lap, and likely will be subdued by the 15 car. A couple cars are on pit road. Looks like Russ Blackwell and Eugene Hawk might have had an issue. So Ryan DeLusso is leading at Hampton Motor Speedway, Atlanta Motor Speedway, whatever you want to call it. It isn't Hampton, Georgia. It's Hampton Speedway. So we get into turn 1. John Arndt is to the outside of the 15 cars. He's going to hold him down. There's another car on the wall. It's the 86 of Arthur Xavier. Xavier falls to the end of this line. Behind that Valvoline car, I think that was Zach McAdoo that's up in the back. So here's Ben Thomas now working to the outside of John Arndt. He's going to try to see if he can find a way around this Chevrolet. There's a lot of Chevrolets up front right now. Here's Charles Wyatt behind Ben Thomas. Charles is now going to try to find a way to get around his drafting partner. He's got Demon Deacon Jones behind him, the number 10 Quaker State Toyota. Two oil cars in the Valvoline series working together. They've got a Valvoline car behind them, so all the motor oils are lined up. Nose to tail on the outside. It looks like Demon Deacon Jones was going to lead that lap over the 9 of Ben Thomas. I think Thomas did lead the lap before, so Ben did get on the board. See, Quinones is... Oh, the 36 got really loose getting in the corner. I was going to say, Quinones fell to the back, probably to let everybody get sorted out. Arthur Xavier is now off the track, and he's going to join Brad Hughes, Zach McAdoo, Russ Blackwell, Eugene Hawk, and Travis Miranda with those who are off the pace. Those probably had some early mechanical issues, or they got into the wall like we saw with the 86 car. There was some contact between Blackwell and Eugene Hawk. So up front, it's Deacon Jones, who has gotten the first sort of lead that we've seen trying to break away from the pack here. He's got the 7 car of DK Cottle in tow. Now Dakota's got a huge head of steam. He's going to get to the outside of that 10 car. But Deacon's going to fight back on the inside with Onesto right behind him. They're trying to keep this outside lane in check. If you wanted to move forward, the way to do it all day has been to hook up with the outside lane. See, Mariah Douglas is now working with the 7 of DK Cottle, 2 Valvoline cars in the outside row. And Dakota's going to lead this lap over Deacon Jones. So now they're going to let Dakota get a bit of a lead. Try to pick up this 7 car. A lot of swerving getting into 3. These cars just are not quite settled to the new surface. As Deacon Jones is now going to be able to find a way past the 7 using the outside lane with help from Miguel Reyes at Brandt Chevrolet. They've got a ton of help from the 36 of Joey Sanders. Those 3 were able to get the outside lane moving down the backstretch. Saw the 0 car of Adam Douglas, not quite the same head of steam as the 3 cars ahead of him up there. Outside lane's got some energy right now. Ryan DeLusso is a little bit further back in this pack. Cars are starting to settle in just a little bit. Everybody who's on track is making good speed, so we don't have to worry about lap traffic coming into too much of a place. See, the 5 car got really loose off of turn number 2. So it's still Deacon Jones over Joey Sanders, and then Adam Douglas is in 3rd with Joseph Onesto in 4th. Onesto is going to be able to take 3rd on the front stretch as we complete lap 14. Now Brandon Crass is going to go to the outside of the 0 car. Well, the 29 car got really loose in the middle of that pack. Good to keep that car straight. Brandon Crasta is working to find his way to the 62 as Joey Sanders is going to go around the outside of Deacon Jones. So puts the 36 car in the lead for the first time today. 36 out of Mir Toyota Racing. Sanders is moving over from his Supreme Motorsports TXS Racing rides. Just trying to reshuffle the Toyota program and help this VPS team out because they've had a couple of drivers struggling, and Justin Franklin and Nick Fountain, so they wanted to move the veteran Joey Sanders down to try to mentor the 2 drivers and see where the equipment is. They lost Jeff Cannon to the Cup Series, and so they couldn't really work off of the successes that the 92 driver had last season. They needed somebody else with experience to come down and help them. And they picked Joey Sanders. Sanders, who, as quick as he gained the lead, lost it to Deacon Jones. And Deacon Jones is once again leading this race. Green car, green walls. It's a good combo. Down the backstretch, here's Joey Sanders looking again to the inside of Deacon Jones. The 77 car washed up in the middle of the corner. Saw John Raines got really tight. Sanders lost a couple positions now to the Chevys of Brandon Crasta and Joseph Onesto. Onesto's going to go to the inside of Brandon, entering turn 3. 62 cars got a little bit ahead of steam, got loose right in the middle of the corner. Crasta's going to try to go to the outside of the 10 here, can't get it done. Just going to elect to fall in line behind the 10. This 10 is looking pretty sporty today. I don't know if anybody's got anything for Deacon Jones right now. See, the Toyota, the 36, was able to get to him and get side by side, but the 10 quickly took care of that. See a car exiting pit road. I think that was the 56 or the 86 of Arthur Xavier. Yeah, it was the Arthur Xavier machine. Here's Brandon looking to the outside one more time on the 10 car. Nothing becoming. Field getting rather loose behind. Oh, Onesto's got a good line to the inside of the 10 car. They're going to come up on the, I think it's the 00. 00's got to get up to speed coming out of pits. It's going to take a couple laps for him to get up to speed. It's the 99 of Russ Blackwell. I think Ericsson's up in, yeah, Ericsson's on the outside. So the field's going to work to try to dispel the 99. He probably does have speed to hold in the pack. He's just got to find a draft to get up there. See, as he falls in behind the 56 car. Yeah, the 99 isn't terribly slow. He's just, well, he's got Onesto right behind him right now. He can't really get much speed out of it, and there's something is wrong with that 99 to the point where they can't get that line going. So the 29 car has some damage on the inside of it. It probably had some contact between somebody else, but yeah, definitely damage on the left side of the 29 car. While up front, Deacon Jones still leads. He's got a sizable advantage over the 63 at the moment. Joey Sanders is once again going to try to get to the outside of the 63 car, Brandon Crasta. This time Sanders has help with the 00. He can't quite get to the inside. You saw him look on the 10. Just didn't really have enough time to get low on him. Down the backstretch, Sanders is going to look again. Just doesn't have the room to get there. Now here's Ryan DeLusso. He lost a huge head of steam as soon as he got to clean air. Might just be an issue with the track conditions that meets these cars with a huge wall of air and they try to get out. This 10 car also could just be that much faster than everyone else. So our pole sitter Daniel Quinones is up in the 11th position right now behind the 63. He's got some half teammates around. He runs for Reckless Racing in the W Premier Series. So you can definitely count the Reckless Racing cars as like half teammates as the 24, the 5, and the 9. He's got Ben Thomas right behind him now, and then you see now Pat Wary up in the outside lane. Meanwhile, Dakota Cottle has the lead on the 10 car, but now here comes Deacon Jones back around the outside, and just as soon as Dakota gained it, it's gone again. So this 10 car is just super strong, as you see that they're coming up on the 4 car of Zach McAdoo. McAdoo was involved in an issue on the opening lap, likely with the 99 and the 70. So this 4 car just isn't quite up to speed. McAdoo's just going to hope for a caution. Get the lucky dog. Oh no, he's more than 10 laps down. It's not looking good for him. So Deacon Jones leads over the 1 car, Carson Scott, with Cody Erickson in 3rd, Chris Davis in 4th, Norea Marti rounds out the top 5. Then we have DK Cottle running in 6th. And then John Rains in 7th. You see them going around the 7 car right now. That's Ryan DeLusso in the 15 car, and the 24 now at Pat Wary. Running in the top 10. These cars are just going to get more loose as this run moves along. We're not too far away from pit stops, though. Somewhere around halfway, these cars are going to have to come down and get service. They got to make sure that they get enough and just a little bit more to make it to the end. See, Carson Scott's got the outside lane on the 10 car now. This is the preferred lane. And he's going to be able to get around the 10 car with help of the lapped car of the number 4. Carson's just going to try to block off this 10 car, try to shuffle him back to the pack. If Carson can hold off the 10, it's going to be very beneficial to him. There's just so much speed in that quicker state machine. Trying to use the inside lane to maintain the lead, but Carson Scott might lead another lap. So we complete our 35th lap, and now Carson Scott's going to be able to come down and complete the pass in the 10 car. Ryan DeLusso and John Rains are in tow, along with Joseph Onesto and Adam Douglas. Onesto had a good comeback after being behind the 99 car, trying to get him situated in the pack. The leaders weren't able to retain the 99, though. And Russ Blackwell fell off again. It's only a couple seconds off pace. While Carson Scott's still leading over Onesto. Onesto, with help from Adam Douglas, is going to try to go to the lead. Just washed up in the middle of 3 and 4 there. He got real tight. A 0 car just couldn't get any speed in 1 and 2 without the 62 car. I was going to go to the outside. He's going to kind of try to be a 3rd lane. I'm not so sure if that's going to work for him. It's the first time we've seen anyone try to go to a 3rd lane today since the start of the race. I don't think that these cars really have the grip to sustain that right now. See, Quinones is now following the 0 car. Saw some contact between the 35 and the 7. It was Charles Wyatt and DK Cottle. The 23 got really loose behind the 5 of Miguel Reyes. While Joseph Onesto leads this race, the Scott tandem of Carson Scott and Scott Vickers are in tow. Marissa Mills in the 82 for Rebel Racing behind. This tandem of Onesto and Scott has proven to be pretty effective through the first 2 races. Onesto and the Onesto Oil car working together has been quite a diabolical combo. So Adam Douglas is now in 3rd. Trying to peak low on the 1 car. These, of course, are teammates. And now Daniel Quinones, our pole sitter, is working on the outside of the 82 car. Quinones is trying to work into the 4th position. As Carson Scott's now going to go to the outside of the 62 car. This is for the lead. And Quinones is going to try to come up and share the draft with the 1 car. Smashing that A or X button. Although pretty soon here he's going to be trying to hit the square and try to intimidate him, right? So he can get him out of the lead. See John Arndt working his way back up towards the front. Always seems to be up front at the end of the run. Very effective driver. As the 77 put the bumper to Ryan DeLusso in the middle of the corner, got DeLusso to wash up to the 15 car, got out of shape. He's able to get it back down to the 2nd lane, though, to stay ahead of the 77. And now Daniel Quinones uses the Intimidator button to get to the lead. The 22 car is back up out point. Carson Scott's going to come blazing through the inside to retake that down the back straight. That was a strong move from the 1 car. Quinones is coming right back down on the outside lane now with Ryan DeLusso pushing. That Vagisil 22. It's a rough combo of sponsors between the 22 and the 15. Some Bang Energy and Vagisil. That's a crazy night right there. Then John Raines is in 3rd. Carson Scott now back to 5th. Was in 4th. Here's Scott Vickers trying to push his Valvoline Camry to the front. It's got Nerea Marty in tow. Ryan DeLusso found some grip on the inside lane. Still fighting with that 77 car. It might have been more contact coming off of the corner. See a second group back here with Ryan Irons, John Hicks, Rowdy Hemming, Mike Wallace, Nick Fountain, Brendan Berg, and JJ Yaley. Just not as much speed as the leaders in this pack. See some damage with the 92 car up in his nose. These guys are going to want to caution to get another run at things. 44 cars owned by Brett Pritchard. Brett, of course, won the Dubby Premier Series race at Auto Club last weekend, and they're pretty confident going into the Atlanta race tomorrow afternoon. I think they've got some pretty quick hot rods. Meanwhile, up front, John Raines is able to get around the 22 who got loose in the middle of 1 and 2. Quinones put the bumper to the 77, got him way out of shape, and that's going to put the 22 back to the lead. Showing like for like, blow for blow. Quinones said received as deserved as he went and took the lead from the 77, who's now fighting back. John Raines is pretty aggressive today. He's going to the inside now. The 22 car is going to try to block him. Just can't quite get there. See, Nerea Marti is going to follow the 22 car through 3 and 4. Pit stops are starting to get a little bit imminent. They're going to need to come down pretty soon. And Ray Marti lost some grip there. Couldn't quite get to the outside of the 22. It's going to allow Daniel Quinones to get a bit of a lead. So I'm getting a little bit squirmy towards the rear of the field, or the rear of this pack, the 36 and the 3. Oh man, Davis got loose again off of 2. Quinones continues to lead. Now Ryan DeLusso and Marissa Mills are hooked up behind. And Ryan's going to find a way to the outside of the 22 car. Quinones is going to try to use the side draft to reel him back in. Ryan DeLusso clears him off of 2. So once again, Ryan DeLusso leads at Atlanta. And he's going to block off the 22, prevent any sort of comeback. So Quinones is now working on the outside. And Quinones is back to the point. Marissa Mills is going to go to second. Charles Wyatt and Ben Thomas are once again working together on the outside lane. Saw an orange car get really loose. I think that was Andy Bewley getting into turn 3 on the outside of Mariah Douglas. One of the 62 are hooked up again. See some patterns of partners working out now as the 35 ditched the 9. Charles Wyatt's trying to find his way up to the front of the field. Meanwhile, Ben Thomas is going to go his own way, now following the 82 of Marissa Mills through. Charles Wyatt's now looking on the inside of the 9 one more time. 54 laps complete now. Marissa Mills washed up. That's going to allow the 9 to have a run down the back straight. And Ben's got help from the 56 of Scott Vickers. See now the 56 got loose, so it's just it's Daniel and Ben working together down the back straightaway. Now we got 3 wide for the lead as Quinones got loose, and Ben Thomas is going to be able to clear both of those cars using the inside lane. Ben's going to try to lead this lap over Onesto. Joe's going to have... Oh, he got tight right in the middle of the corner. He was going to have a big run coming off this corner. Just can't get it done. So Ben Thomas leads over Daniel Quinones now. Quinones is trying to use the side draft again over Ben Thomas. Scott Vickers is back, working with the 9 car. Oh, they're shoving the 77 car, John Raines, out of this pack. See them pushing him 3 wide. A lot of contact between the 3 and the 56, or the 36 in the middle of that corner. The 10 car is coming down pit road. We should have pit stops starting now. Scott Vickers leads this race. So the 10 car was first to come down pit road, but he didn't have any drafting partners. The second group is going to pit with him. Might be seeing the 9 come down this time. Nope, but the 56 does, and I think Onesto's going to follow. Daniel Quinones and Carson Scott pitted that time. Ben Thomas loses the lead to Marissa Mills and Nerea Marty. JJ Yaley blending in the background. This 88 car side drafting aggressively with the 9. And Nerea is going to be left all alone as the rest of the cars pit. John West Arndt and Noah Patwary and Justin Franklin are behind her, though that's about 2 seconds back. These guys are definitely going to need to come together. They're going to be in big trouble and might lose the pack. Here comes the 88 down, and the rest will follow. So Ben Thomas is now leaving pit road to see where he comes with the rest of the pack. The 92 of Nick Fountain goes around the outside. There might have been a strategy call on this 9 car. It's got about a 7-second lead. Oh, he's coming down pit road again. Something must have happened to him. Maybe he was speeding. Now Nerea Marty is going to get passed up by the 56. So Scott Vickers is going to be in the lead. I wonder what happened to the 9 car. If he missed his box or what. It was 7 seconds ahead of everyone else, having made a pit stop. He shouldn't have been to the inside of another car. He was in front coming down pit road. It has to be a speeding penalty on the 9 car. So here we have Scott Vickers and Marissa Mills. About 2 seconds back, we see the 9 car leaving pit road now. Is the 10 of Deacon Jones with the 00 of Cody Erickson. See, this is where the pack is going to form up. 9 car blends in right here. The 23 is going to go through the middle to pass the 0. It'd be beneficial for everybody in this pack forming to keep the 9 car involved. If you have the 9 car leading, you just follow him through, and then it's a easy way to the front. Just use the lap car. So the 9 car is still very much in play here. Meanwhile, Scott Vickers and Marissa Mills are going to try to work together to hold everybody back. They're about 1.8 seconds in tow. The 9 car is only 1 lap down, so Ben should be able to get back to lead lap if there is a caution. Well, these guys cannot get organized. See the 3 car going around the outside. Joseph Onesto is running 14th behind the 88 of Nerea Marti. Oh man, it's getting real close. Marti is not giving anybody any room as they're working around Zach McAdoo. McAdoo is at least 10 laps off pace from very early contact. While up front, Marissa Mills, they're trying to navigate through the lap traffic in the 92 and the 28. This might just allow the 77, 10, and 00 to catch up. Marissa Mills is able to get around both of these cars. They have 68 of 100 laps complete here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Marissa Mills started 17th, and Scott Vickers started 23rd. And they are 1-2 now. Got a couple more lapped cars up ahead. Oh, they're getting really close. The 30 and the 99 might have had contact there in front of these leaders. Oh, the 99 was up to try to... I don't know if he was trying to hip check the 30 or what. But Travis Miranda and Russ Blackwell are having a disagreement right in front of the race leader. Scott Vickers has had a hard time with lap traffic so far. Marissa Mills is getting boxed out by the 28. Does not want to give up his position. Now Scott Vickers is working to the inside of the 92 car. 28 is still really trying hard to stay on lead lap off of the 82 car of Marissa Mills. The 28 is JJ Yaley. Still aren't having any luck, and now the 82 is going to fall victim to the 56. Scott Vickers is trying to go around the outside of the 82, and the 92 is going to block the 82 here. A lot of twos. Oh, there's contact between the 82 and the 56 for the lead. Scraping fenders through 1 and 2. Now the 92 is going to block one more time. And caution is out. Sounds like something might have happened to Brad Hughes. And sure enough. See what happened to the 14 car. Oh, there was contact with Daniel Quinones up ahead, and it was reaction. The 63 and the 14, heavy contact. The 22 of Daniel Quinones. Where are you, Quinones? Okay, there he is. Let's go back and see what happened to Dan. With, was it Miguel Reyes? These guys are half teammates. Just... oh, a lot of contact. That wouldn't have even been able to bring out the caution. It was really the squabble between Crasta in the 63 and Brad Hughes in the 14. So the 22 of Daniel Quinones is off the track. Looks like they're going to let the 92 go around the 82. So now we get to re-rack them. Less than 30 laps to go. Okay.
Fuck you, Baltimore!
If you're dumb enough to buy a new car this weekend,
You're a big enough schmuck to come to Big Bill Hell's Cars!
bad deals,
Cars that break down!
Thieves.
If you think you're gonna find a bargain at Big Bill,
you can kiss my ass.
it's our belief that you're such a stupid motherfucker.
You'll fall for this bullshit.
Guaranteed.
If you find a better deal,
Shove it up your ugly ass!
you heard us right.
Shove it up your ugly ass!
Bring your tray.
Bring your title!
Bring your wife.
We'll fuck her!
That's right, we'll fuck your wife.
Because at Big Bill Hell,
You're fucked 6 ways from Sunday.
take a hike
to Big Bill Hell.
home of challenge pissing!
That's right.
Challenge pissing!
How does it work?
If you can piss 6 feet in the air straight up and not get wet,
You get no down payment.
don't wait!
Don't delay.
Don't fuck with us or we'll rip your nuts off!
Only at Big Bill Hell.
The only dealer that tells you to fuck off!
Hurry up, asshole.
This event ends the minute after you write us a check!
And it better not bounce or you're a dead motherfucker.
Go to hell!
Big Bill Hell's Cars.
Baltimore's filthiest
And exclusive on one of the meanest sons of bitches in the state of Maryland.
guaranteed!
All right, and we're back here, still under caution 2 to green. Some drivers were given the wave around, including Ben Thomas, the 99, the singular 9 Bass Pro Shops card Chevy Camaro. He's currently in the 29th position, but he is on the lead lap. Got a lot of ground to make up after a hiccup in the pit cycle, but we know that this Bass Pro Shop Chevy has some speed. As we come to complete lap 75, we will have 24 laps to go when we get the green flag. So the 95 Kellogg's Mustang of John Hicks. The Special K feature on that Ford Mustang. Behind the 86. The 86 is quite a few laps down, about 23 laps down. See him move to the inside here. So we have 1 to green. Phil will make one more cycle around before we get back going. Lead lap cars are on the inside, or outside. Lead lap cars on the outside, lap down cars are on the inside. Not so sure what's happening between the 70 and the 4.
Don't mind the jet dryers on track.
Maybe they're just laying back. Here comes the 4 car to snug up to the 70. So pace car is off. Marissa Mills is going to lead us to the restart zone and get this race back underway.
Green flag, green flag.
And here we go. 23 laps to go. Should be 24, but it's all right. Field smooth through 1 and 2. Marissa Mills retains the lead. See, Deacon Jones is trying to find his way back up to the lead. He was so strong early in the race. He's going to get to the outside of the 82 car. And the two Toyotas, Cody Erickson and Deacon Jones, are clear of the 82. The 0 car got really loose off of turn number 2. That's going to give a big head of steam to the Toyotas. The 10 had contact with the 00, got loose. So Deacon Jones might lose the lead. He's going to be able to hold off Cody Erickson. That's Adam Douglas in second. The 21 laps to go. The 0 car is going to look to the outside of the 10. We haven't seen the 0 up front at all. We have no idea what this car has. If it's got any sort of speed, John Raines is going to ditch it for the 10. Now Adam Douglas has the lead. Marissa Mills is to the outside. Don't know if the 0 car can lead a lap or not. Find out a little bit of contact. I think the 82 got it. The 70 and the 4 are off the lead lap, as well as the 99 and the 30. So a huge string of lap down cars on the outside lane right now. It's Eugene Hawk in the 70 car. He's going to push the 82 out. They're going to go 3 wide now. And this is going to be how the 0 car leads a lap. With help from the 70 car. Oh, there's a contact! A horrible crash! With the 70 car. Oh man, lap down cars are just a menace. It's a terrible crash that involved the 10. Oh my goodness, contact the 82. Just pile drove the 10 into the wall. The 70 car is going to be definitely out of this one. The 29 flips with contact from his teammate. So Daniel's on pit road while all this was happening. Not so sure what happened to the 22 car. The 9's got heavy damage. Yeah, from the checkup, so Charles Wyatt has damage to the 35 car. A lot of cars are going to be beat up from that one. It all started with the 70 car Eugene Hawk having contact with the 82 of Marissa Mills. The 70 was fighting to get a lap back. The 82 and the 0 were fighting for the lead. And the 10 car was trying to get back to the lead. And there was contact between the 70 and the 82, sent the 70 into the 10 car, and they went out to the outside wall. It was a hard, vicious crash. Zero car of Adam Douglas leads this race. Nerea Marti is in second. Scott Vickers is in third. Ryan DeLusso in fourth. John Arndt in fifth. Cody Erickson sixth. Now at Pat Wary, Andy Bealey, Mariah Douglas, and Joey Sanders are your top 10. And we will be right back.
ايه ده؟ ما تيجي نجيب باندا يا بابا.
يا ابني ده يا ابني ما جبنا حاجات كتير.
Just you know why. Why you and I will buy and
باندا ما يتقلهاش لا.
All right, we are back. So we're inside 15 laps to go. So we will have single file restarts. We have sent the lap down cars to the rear of the field. Two to green. So we have the 0, the 88, the 56, the 15, the 8, 00, 24, 32, 23, and then the 36. A lot of cars are going to be able to stay on the lead lap with damage. That includes the 9 car of Ben Thomas. So they come around the 30 car of Travis Miranda. No rear clip on the 9 car. You don't need that. I mean, technically you do need that when you have in the plate package, but we don't need to enforce that rule, now do we? Ben Thomas is currently in the 19th position. Still optimistic about this. They think they can carve out a good finish. There's a lot of damaged cars around them. Some cars were fast. Others are going to be in a more of an opportunistic point. You see the 51 car, who's been buried in the rear of the field all race, has damage as well, but now up to the 16th position. Meanwhile, Joseph Onesto, with just some rear damage, they might still have some speed in the 62 car, trying to repeat. They got to go up to Carson Scott, still has damage on the rear. So I'm not so sure how many clean cars are left after that. I'm going to have to monitor speeds too. Can't have cars being too slow. Don't want to hinder the outcome of this race. So we're coming to green now to complete lap 85. And even the 88 car of Nerea Marti in second has damage. And the 56 of Scott Vickers.
Green flag, green flag.
So green flag is out. We're going to have 14 laps for the 0 car. And others in tow. Change It Racing teammates run 1-2 on this restart. 56 belongs to Walsh Enterprises. David Walsh runs the 56 car in the Dubby Premier Series. Change It Racing is trying to work both lanes. So once again, the 8 car, John Arndt, has worked his way up to the front of the field late in the race. Looks like Scott Vickers might have gotten to the outside of the 0 car, and he did. Scott Vickers is going to be able to take the lead through 1 and 2. .32 car of Andy Bealey now moving up to the 2nd position. Cody Erickson is trying to fight that. So there's damage on that 32 machine. 56 got really loose off the corner. So Andy Bealey's going to lead a lap. Now here comes Joey Sanders. Joey Sanders is going to be able to get a lead. He was stuck behind the 10 car for much of this race. But without Deacon Jones, Joey Sanders is going to be able to take control as we approach 10 laps to go. Now here comes Scott Vickers around the outside. Oh, the 4 car might come into play. It's Zach McAdoo. And he does. He's going to hold up the 0 car as Adam Douglas is going to try to get the 4 up to speed. Joey Sanders leads with 9 laps to go. That's John Hicks moving into 2nd position. Hicks is going to try to use the 3rd lane. It's really high in 1 and 2. Oh, the 0 car is up in the wall. Probably had some contact with the 56. That's going to pull the 1 and the 95 back as well. There's trouble for Adam Douglas in 1 and 2. They're probably going to have to take the 0 car to pit road. Oh, there's an accident there with the 92 getting in the wall. Still no caution, though. The 0 car is going to have to come down to pit road. A lot of damage on that machine. Meanwhile, Joey Sanders relinquishes the lead to the 56 of Scott Vickers. See Mariah Douglas in 2nd. Now going to go to the outside of Scott Vickers for the lead. Just 6 laps to go for Mariah now. John Raines right behind her. 56 is losing some sort of speed. Looks like maybe Vickers has a problem on the inside lane. I don't think John Raines is... yeah, he might be a lap down. The 36 car, Joey Sanders, has the lead. Looks like the 23 might have gotten him at the line. There's 5 laps to go now. But now the 23 surrenders to the 36. Now with Pat Wary in 2nd. Just 4 laps to go now. Joey Sanders is going to hope to use the 77 car to keep this lead. Got a teammate coming up. The 77 is going to go to the inside. This is 93 of Greg Graziano. Throws it in the corner. Gets tight. Has contact with the 86. Joey Sanders is going to go around his teammate, the 29 car, Justin Franklin. Ryan Irons, just surviving all race, finds himself in the top 5 in that 44 car. Rick Hemming is up to 2nd in the 51. Just 2 laps to go now. Let's see if Rick can find a way around the 36 using the top lane. Sanders might be in trouble here with all the lap cars around him. Just struggles off at turn number 2. And that's going to put the 51 car in the lead. Rick Hemmings just got to hold Greg Graziano back. As we're coming to take the white flag, the 51 car has got the lead right now. Graziano's looking to the outside. Scott Vickers is coming for 2nd. See if he's able to hold him off. Rick Hemmings got it right now as it come through 1 and 2. Greg Graziano's going to look to the outside. I don't know if he can quite get there. Off of turn number 4. Here they come to the line. It's going to be a close one. Greg Graziano is going to pass him for the win.
Yeah. Let's go. Graziano.
It's another one of those fantastic Atlanta races. See at the line. Oh, you're not going to stop? Okay, that's great.
Now I gotta pay attention to JPL.
I'm not even going to try to do that. It's fine. Whatever. So Greg Graziano wins at Atlanta with Rick Hemming in second. Nerea Marti is going to finish third in the 88 car. Scott Vickers in fourth. Cody Erickson is in fifth with Ryan Irons sixth. Chris Davis seventh. Joseph Onesto eighth. Andy Bealey ninth. And John Arndt is going to finish in 10th. Pole sitter Daniel Quinones is relegated to a 29th place finish after contact late in the race. Saw him get up in the wall. Really sucks for that 22 car team. It seemed like that they had some speed. So they're going to just try to get it back together for next week. Congratulations to Greg Graziano and the JGL Racing Camp for I think this is their second career win. And good for Greg Graziano. Was kind of sent down to the VPS after struggles in the W Premier Series. They're going to look to try to mount a championship run here. I thank everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.